thus depressed in the midst of the two armies of Bhārata, the name of Dhrtarāstra, Hrisikesa, Krsna, smiling as it were, spoke this word. It's very beautifully written here that Sri Krishna was smiling. Why was Sri Krishna smiling? God. Why was Sri Krishna smiling?
I'm guessing maybe just to see being there and
yeah, partially. Yeah. Because Arjun, he said, I will not fight. And he advised Sri Krishna what he should do as his guru, but he still said, I will not fight. Arjun is asking Sri Krishna what his advice is, but he's still sticking to his view. And so that's why the question is raised whether God can really laugh in such a situation. Wherever Sri Krishna has smiled or laughed in his life, it's been in a very, very expressive way. Wherever God smiles, it's very symbolic and very significant. That smile is to show the nature of human beings. There's all significant occasion when Guruji says he remembers when Sri Krishna smiled and there was a smile on Sri Krishna's face. In fact, it's on those occasions where Krishna was not meant to smile, there was smiling. And that's because Sri Krishna is that incarnation of bliss. The first occasion, the three main occasions that Guruji remembers. The first occasion was the Kali Damodar Leela. Who's heard of this? Kali Damodar Leela. That's when Krishna jumped into the river poisoned by the snake Kali in the Srimad Bhagavad. You've probably seen it on the TV programs. The snake Kali, because he had poisoned the river, poisoned the children, Krishna jumped in to face him. Kali tried to hold Sri Krishna in his clutches. One person ran back into the town to tell everyone, Krishna has jumped into Kali's river. Krishna has jumped into Kali's river. He ran around, and whoever heard him stopped what they were doing and came straight into the banks of the river Yamuna. They watched what was happening. They saw that Kali had surrounded Sri Krishna with his clutches and was grabbing him. And then when people looked at Sri Krishna's face, they were completely shocked. He was smiling. He was smiling. It's like, oh no. The whole town was gathered there in tension, wondering what would happen. What would happen to their Lala? And there were Kali's clutches surrounding Sri Krishna, but there was a smile on the Lord's face. Why? Anyone think why? No? Sri Krishna is thinking, these people have so much love for me that they're all gathered here, but there's not a single person that will jump into the river and try and save me. Everyone had gathered there just to watch. This event had taken place 5,000 years ago, but society is exactly the same today. It's not changed very much. We have a lot of love and sympathy towards Dharma. We have a lot of love towards Sri Krishna, and that's why we gathered for discourses. Despite, even if it's cold, even if it's the wrong time, we gather for these discourses. Why do we gather together? This event shows that we have love for Sri Krishna and his words, but that's about it. It's fine that we gather together, but is there someone to actually jump into the river? You always see these two 85 to 90-year-olds complaining about how bad the world has become, how nobody believes in Dharma, how nobody respects Dharma. They go on for half an hour complaining about people, complaining about how children are getting spoiled, how religion is being left out of society. They cry for hours and they just say, oh, like this cigarette, you like this cigarette. They don't do anything. If religion is being forgotten, what have these people done? Have they even held one person's hand and showed him towards Sri Krishna? Did they even light a lamp in one person's life? If not, then what's the use of crying about it and smoking a cigarette straight after? That's why Sri Krishna had this smile in his face. All these people had gathered together. It shows the nature of human beings. No one was prepared to jump in. Second smile came when Sri Krishna was in Mathura. Dhrtarāstra had attacked the kingdom 17 times, and the Yadavs, which was Sri Krishna's lineage, had fought well every time. Dhrtarāstra was the father of the two wives of Kamsa, and you know what happened to Kamsa. He was killed by Sri Krishna. So when Dhrtarāstra came for the 18th time, he did not come alone. He came from help with Kalyavan. People say Kalyavan was a demon. He was not. He was in fact a Greek, and a Greek king at that. Yavan was a word used in Sanskrit to describe Greeks. So whenever a European person or a person with white skin came, they used the word Yavan, and thereafter every foreigner was described as Yavan. So Dhrtarāstra came with a foreign king, and they attacked from all sides surrounding Mathura. At that time, the Yadavs, Sri Krishna's lineage, met in the parliament of Mathura, because Mathura was a democratic state at the time. It was under a curse where no king could ever rule. It's in the Srimad Bhagavad. There was a curse. There was Ugrasen, Vasudev, Krishna, Balaram, Akrur, and they all made speeches one after another. They made all these points about the 17 battles fought with Dhrtarāstra. country fights a battle 17 times, it loses everything, it becomes finished. Jarasandha was not interested in wealth, wasn't interested in possessions, wasn't interested in land, he was interested in one thing, and that's Sri Krishna. He came only for Sri Krishna. As long as Sri Krishna was there, Jarasandha will be continually attacking Mathura. So the Yadavs, one after another, made speeches that the Yadavs were in the town of Mathura, and the town of Mathura is going to be eliminated. If we want to save the Yadavs, then there's only one way. Sri Krishna should leave Mathura. At that moment, when that was spoken, a smile came on Sri Krishna's face. Because he thought that society is unbelievable. These are the very Yadavs that were harassed by cunts for all those years and had fled Mathura for the neighboring towns. Sri Krishna brought them back. It took such a huge risk, standing amongst cunts' men, fighting against cunts and killing cunts. Sri Krishna brought them back from the prisons, back from their escape, saying that Mathura was their town, so these same Yadavs could live in peace, and now they're telling Sri Krishna he has to go from Mathura. That's why a smile came into Sri Krishna's face. This is the nature of human nature, nature of society. The third smile on Sri Krishna's face has come here. Sri Krishna has said to Arjun, Arjun, you're telling me this? I'm standing right in front of you. God is standing right in front of you, and you're still telling me this. Great personalities have interpreted this smile in many ways. Just like people have interpreted the smile of Mona Lisa, a lot of people have interpreted that smile of Sri Krishna. That smile of Krishna can be interpreted in so many ways. So Samjya, next part of this verse, if we look at it, Samjya addresses Dhrtarāstra as Bhārata. And Bhārata is someone that was born in the Bhārata clan. The word Bhārata was used for Yudhishthira in the Mahabharata because he was part of the Bhārata clan. Even in the Gita, Sri Krishna uses the name Bhārata for Arjun. So Arjun has that name. And if you go forward in time to the Srimad Bhagavad, then even King Parikshit is known by the name Bhārata. So Bhārata is one who is of Bharat. The name of our country is also called Bharat. And this word Bharat must be understood properly. Right. Who is a true Bharat? Who is a true Indian? I'm going to go around the room, one after another, and tell me what does being Indian mean to you, and what is Indian? Start with Pranay. This first thing that comes into your mind, one word or sentence.
I think of a country.
Okay.
Where my ancestors are from.
Okay. Okay.
I think of my mom, I think she's called that.
Okay. Oh, good. Excellent. We'll explain the meaning of it so you know what your mom's name means. People.
So the culture and heritage as well.
Good.
Into our motherland.
Motherland. Excellent.
Think of a different tradition.
Excellent.
Culture and upbringing.
Culture upbringing.
Yeah, heritage and culture.
Emotions come out, you know.
Yeah, it does. It does. When India are playing in the cricket
Right,
match, all the
I think-
emotions come out.
I've got to tell you these guys, like, when I first landed in India years and years and years ago, because I'm from East Africa, there's a saying, nor is this your home, or nor is East Africa your home. So where is your home? So it's quite,
Yeah.
it's good tradition.
Is that when in Ramayana, when Ram was in Lanka, they'd won the battle, and Lakshman was saying, "Should we stay here, control this country?" Ram said, "No, because mother and motherland are better than heaven." So it's just like your point. People, when they land to India on the first time, not when you're a kid because you get diarrhea and you complain, but when you get older, it just changes you completely, that spiritual atmosphere. But Satya?
The one who follows the principles of Hinduism.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I think strong values.
Okay. Strong values. Okay. Just because we're born in Bharat and we get an Indian passport, do we become Bharatas? Bharati is a quality. Indianness is a quality. What quality is it? Let's try to understand the meaning of the word Bharat. Bhame me rate te Bharat. Bha means light or brightness, and therefore Bharat is someone that's pulled towards light. It's not someone that likes darkness, it's someone that likes light. Look again at the thoughts of our rishis. Atsyo maheti prabhu param satye tu lai cha uta anadreti prabhu param chete tu lai cha. Our attraction is not towards darkness, but towards light. Secondly, a Bharat is someone that's drawn to beauty. It's not really beauty to appearance because everyone's drawn to that. It's beauty of thought. Who likes noble thoughts is a true Bharat. This is someone who likes divine thoughts, and that's why the first mantra, even in the Bhattr Sukta of the Rig Veda, is Ano Vardaraha Ketrava Yant Vishvataha, meaning let believe this. We have our own scriptures. We don't read anything apart from this. We do not say, we do not bow down to anything apart from this. As this is wrong. Noble thoughts from the world over come to us. That's why we always have a hunger for good thoughts. If you read the Rig Veda, then you think that these rishis are so hungry for these good thoughts. Badram karane vishma yama devaha badram vashtama karta teresharaha karans neve bharatam shudrimai. Meaning in Vedic Sanskrit, which is different from common Sanskrit, they're written, O gods, who keep listening with good things with our ears, not with our 2 ears, but also with our senses, such as our eyes. Therefore, one who is attracted to enlightening and beautiful thoughts is a true Bhārata. That's the true meaning of Indian. Also, Bha also means meaning of awareness and experimentation. In other words, someone that's interested in new thoughts. One who does not live monotonously is a true Bharati. You should have this habit of experimentation. We keep saying Bharatis, Indians, we Indians, but this experimentation is being eliminated. We keep doing arti of ancient Sanskrit, saying how great it is, but look what's happening today. Ancient scriptures describe metaphysics, spirituality in such a great way. The meaning of Bharati is that we have an experimental mindset, and we like talking about new things, but we don't do that anymore. This experimental mindset is so important. We do not see it so much today in society. Whenever you look at a child, as soon as they finish their exams, they're out of their education. They want to stop learning. They finish 12 years of study, get their degree. As soon as the degree is finished, then they get a piece of paper. You should have this experimental attitude. That's what Bharati is. A common parent, it's compulsory in this country to send your kids to school. But a common parent will send their kids to school, then go to university to get their education, get their degree, and then find work. But for parents to whom the Supreme Lord Krishna has given possessions, wealth, what's the use of sending their kids to school to learn 2 plus 3? What's the use of all this education when you've got that wealth? Because you only get a degree, you only get an education to earn money. It's like what's the child going to do by going into school? The child doesn't need to get a degree. So you can tell that child, you can read the scriptures. Through that child can learn more than a degree. In fact, the child can learn that with his degree. There should be a total experimentation. There should be a total development in the child. I'm not saying that, Guruji is not saying that all the children should shave their heads and become pundits. They should tell their children, for example, instead of going to school, you can learn music. Can you imagine 20 years of learning music, how great an artist you can be? So how many people today use their degrees? I've forgotten most of the stuff in my degree. So after 22 years of just study, you still feel that emptiness inside. They could have advanced in music, they could have advanced in Sanskrit, one thing or another. They could have mastered music and become a great artist, but everyone's the same. Just go to school, get a degree, get a piece of paper, then you forget that degree. We need that experimental attitude. We don't understand the correct meaning of our scriptures. Why does one need a degree? Guruji always says that after completing his degrees, as I said, how many people actually use it? How many people do you see today with degrees? Everyone. Are they earning money with their degrees? You don't need a degree to earn money. Richard Branson hasn't got a degree. The person who set up Wendy's, the restaurant, hasn't got a degree. You don't need a degree to earn money. A person who has an experimental nature is a true Bharati. If a father has 3 sons, it's more of an example in India because the laws here are different. Instead of sending that third, if they have 3 sons, instead of sending that third or daughter, instead of sending that third son or daughter to university, why don't they that son can do something great for society, spread good thoughts into society? How great would society be if that third son could be given to society? Such things actually happening today in the world. In Arunachal Pradesh in India, there's a tradition in Buddhism that whenever parents get a second son, he is handed over to society. That first son may be the progeny, and that person should look after the family. It's very, very natural. It's instinctive. He's a carrier of the family traditions. That second son is handed over to society so he can help Dharma, he can help society. This used to happen in the past in ancient Indian culture and Sanskrit culture, and that's why Sanskrit was held with so much pride. And Guruji is saying this because he has this experimental mindset and he wants to put something forward in society. And he says, with the Lord's blessing, he's got friends, like-minded friends around him, and he wants to put it forward in society. He wants to put it forward in front of the Indian government to help society, because no matter how good material society is getting, there's still that emptiness, and hence why you see so much greed in the world today. Hence you see the riots today. So that's the experimental side of it. 4, Bha means one who has light. We explained one who is attracted to light, but one who has light. Whoever has this is a true Bharati. That is the 4 definitions of Bharati, and he explained your mum's called Bharat. I'm going to explain to you the 3 people from which the country was given the name of Bharat. The first was a knowledgeable one. He was a descendant of Rishabdev. Who's read the Srimad Bhagavad? Okay, the story is in the 5th canto of the Srimad Bhagavad. The Gita is about Krishna's philosophy. The Bhagavad is about Krishna's life. But before that, there was someone called Jad Bharat, and he was the first person. He was a descendant of an incarnation of God, Rishabdev, and there's a huge story about him which I'll explain later. He's the first person, knowledge, after which Bharat is named. The second one was Ram's younger brother, and he was a representation of Yagna, of sacrifice, rough translation of Yagna. Third was Bharat, who was the son of Dushan and Shakuntala, and when the name Bharat is used in the Gita, it's named after him, because all the people in the Mahabharata, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, came from his lineage. So the person of whom this is said, that Bharat is who these people came from. The Kauravas and the Pandavas were part of this Bharat clan. So Dushan and Shakuntala, Bharat was this representation of bravery. So you've got knowledge, you've got yagna, sacrifice, and bravery. When he was 6, he was living with his maternal grandfather, Garba's ashram in the jungle. There, he saw a real lion, bare-fisted, and he grabbed the lion's mouth. He told the lion, I want to count each and every one of your teeth. The 6-year-old was fighting with a lion. And if you don't believe that, when I was 24, I faced a lion face to face, and I can show you pictures afterwards. I've got it on my iPhone when I was in Africa, but this was a half-wild lion. This was a fully wild lion, and he told the lion, I want to count your teeth. So this is bravery. Nowadays, when there's a 26-year-old Bharat, if a piece of plastic falls on his foot, he'll scream so loud you can hear it 3 buildings away. This is bravery. Bravery is finished. So those are the 3 people after whom Bharat is named. So in the next verse, in verse 11, the message and the principles of the Bhagavad Gita are going to begin. The metaphysical knowledge that Sri Krishna wishes to give are going to begin there. And the first chapter and the first 10 verses of this chapter were only a preface of this. Hence we're going to have more class discussions. We're going to draw experiences of people's lives. Though they were important, we've studied them now. Many of the great commentators of the Gita begin their commentary in verse 11, like Srimad Adi Shankaracharya. Some do it before, some do it in verse 11. Now, we're going to see what the Supreme Being is